Yes, ma'am.
As the United States continues to expand westward, what future do you foresee for the Indians?
I see the same future that I have prescribed before you all now, and that is to remain on friendly terms and in friendly commerce with them. Again, not to take from them what we might otherwise peaceably purchase from them. I have, within the last several years, written letters to various chiefs of these tribes suggesting that if they do not find themselves safe upon any of their ancient lands, that which they have essentially squatted on, because, as I said, the Indian does not know the ownership of land, that it will be the duty of our nation to supply them reservations of land upon which they may be settled, permanently so, where they may be protected and defended from the tribal wars as they continue to aggress one tribe upon the other, and where they may therein relieve their female as a drudge out in the cultivation of the fields, so that they may take on the internal activities of the household, and thereby the Indian male removed from the hunt, so that he might take on the external activities of the household in the cultivation of the soil. Such reservations of land will, from one generation after another, provide a greater security, a greater protection, a greater defense, and enlightenment unto the Indian family that might be brought on one generation after another in the cultivation of their children. I think this will improve their condition more than anything else, and we've seen that already achieved in the 3 reservations set forth here in Virginia back during the old Virginia House of Burgesses. In 1677, the Virginia House of Burgesses, in order as well to maintain safety and defense and improvement of the lives of the Indians in the Tidewater, Virginia, prescribed a reservation for the Chickahominy, one for the Mattaponi, and one for the Pamunkey, all within a day's ride from Williamsburg. Those reservations still exist and are able to be used as a prototype, an example for what we might engage, if we need to, farther west. Yes?
I understand there was a young female Native American that helped Lewis and Clark in their expedition.
A young female Native American, yes, the one that I've heard in the English pronunciation is Bird Woman. The Bird Woman, otherwise in various native tongues, Sakagawea, Sakatawea. Yes, she certainly was of great import during this expedition. She was the wife of a Frenchman who had taken up with her a number of years previous. In fact, they had a little boy, a little son. I believe his name is Pomp, that also accompanied on the expedition. And is it not curious when we reflect that even our sober women folk of the citizenry of this nation are denied a representation in our government, that is to be part of the franchise, although there's continuous talking to that end, that Sakagawea was of a noble act of safety on the expedition at the time when it appeared the entire force would be annihilated through the orders of Chief Kamawea of the Shoshones. It appeared that that order was about ready to be fulfilled when suddenly Sakagawea forced herself at the feet of Chief Kamawea, grasping his legs, exclaiming that indeed she had come to recognize her brother, from whom she had been separated at a very early age in the midst of their tribal wars. And Kamawea, gazing upon her, suddenly did recognize his sister that he had not seen in well over 20 or more years. That simple recognition and regard for her in the accompaniment of this expedition spoke to him that the purpose of this expedition was indeed noble and had come suddenly in this revelation from the heavens. And so the entire expedition was spared because of that one particular moment, and that the Shoshones then gifted the expedition with horses that were most needed for the continuation westward. So I find it extraordinary. And of course, she's been allowed land to utilize now. Remember, all of the soldiers who were on this expedition were granted land upon which they can continue to seek their means and livelihood for generations. It can be held fee simple from one generation after another permanently. Oh, I'm glad that's being read about, particularly when you hear that the journals of many of the soldiers certainly have not been published yet. I'm still looking for the journals of Captain Lewis, but he certainly has not allowed that to become apparent.